Hi, welcome to Pure Joy Tarot's Libran Astrology House System reading. I hope this finds you well. The astrology house reading is in 12 houses. So we're just going to see what's happening in June, July. So for Librians in June, July. June, July reading for Librians. If you have your natal chart at hand, sometimes it's good to see each of the houses where your planets and your moon is. And then when a card is revealed, it'll have more impact to that house and the planet. So you might be able to do that yourself. Right then. Librian, what do Librians need to know? What do Librians need to know? What do Librians need to know? June, July. Need to know June, July. What do Librians need to know June, July? Okay. So I'll just use 12 cards. House 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so the overall influence is the King of Swords. So this is very much to do with communication. So that's good being Librian. Now this card could signify your significant other, or it could instigate the male energies of what needs to be done. So we'll relate to this card in each house. So house 1 is all about yourself. So this is the High Priestess. So you're fine from now on until June, July. But you may be going within yourself to just tap into your intuition. So surrounding communication significantly is their intuitive side. Stepping back to find the truth before communicating. Now with air sign here, very much in the King of Pentacles, it's how yourself on a very masculine aspect will communicate. I do feel like you need to say something to a partner or to someone. So it's, yeah. So just tapping into that intuition is very good. There could be more learning as well within yourself and opening up, definitely. So let's have a look at house 2. Possessions, values and possessions. So house 2 here, you've got the Empress. So that's really nice because this is a good time to appreciate and be grateful about all what you do have. There might be some birth going on for yourself, but I think it's a very nurturing card. It's time in June and July to nurture yourself significantly. So if there's someone around you being harsh, now's the time to be more gentle and serene. Just going outside in the garden, just appreciating all that there is. It's very much in tune with a bit of luxury as well. So if you're able to treat yourself, now is a very good time because this is in the house of money, value and possessions. So just really appreciating what you have, it is really essential. Right, house 3, we have the King of Pentacles. This is about communication. So I feel for a lot of Librians, there's going to be a communication with a partner. So I think it could be a very earthy person that's going on, but it's kind of teamed up here with an air sign. So communication needs to be strong and down to earth. So the explanations that might be going on for Librans in June and July is roundabout money as well. Career, money. I think there's a sense of embarrassment here as well. So when communicating, if they've stepped on your toes, so to speak, then taking a step back before going forward is going to be there. Because this is about your reading, not so much their reading. What you'll see here is a very groundingness and richness. So how to communicate that is quite eloquently, with words, eloquently. So what you need to say to your partner is going to be on the lines of free thinking. Yeah, so that's really interesting. So house 4 is all about your roots and where you come from. So we find here for Librians a sense of togetherness. So when your family, where you've come from, there might be a tendency to be a little bit strict at times, especially one parent. Doesn't matter if it's your mother or your father or guardian. So there's still lessons to be learned here, I feel, for Librians, to learn from what has gone on before. So you may find yourself talking to one particular parent. It could be your mum, it could be your dad, but there's still a lot of messages from that one particular parent. So if that parent has passed on, sometimes that happens, there is still some kind of messages that need to be learned from that. Yeah. So it could even be, because this is about brothers and sisters as well. So it could be a brother. Maybe you need to still connect with the brother. So that's what's coming through as well. So if it's a brother or sister or very a sibling that's quite male orientated, then there are interesting facts. Maybe they know something about that parent that you might not know of. So I'm not saying it's secretive or anything like that, but I do feel for Librans there is a message coming across there. So that's okay. Also, marriage is very important, that stable relationship aspect. So in June and July, if there's a better bond and communication between a partner, then that could be really quite relevant for you. But yeah, let me know if there's a brother or something, still wants to communicate. So house 5 is 10 of Swords. This is about children, creativity, romance sometimes, things like that. So in this placement, it's how you view things, how you rethink. There's a preciseness here with the King of Swords in how you connect to that. So it's very much tied into what we were discussing here in House 4. But 10 is the end of the cycle, and when everything's kind of bleak up here, we need to see it from a different angle. And you will be doing that significantly. So the pain that you might be feeling here in House 5 is, as I say, trying to get into tune with that inner child, but also on an intuitive level, see what's real and what's not. There's a huge opening here. So looking at religion and anything spiritual is a good time, because this rethinking is coming out of the dark and coming into the light. So no more pain in the aspect of the past, this situation. So house 6 is the sun. This is work and daily activities. So I think you're going to be quite happy. There's a lot of energy there and newness. So when you go about tapping into a spiritual and intuitive higher level, this is going to make you most happy. So being content, being grateful about work and the little jobs that needs to be doing in the daily home, this is going to bring a sense of purpose, because for Librans that purpose needs to be intact. Going back to your values, you do value a lot of good things around you, so being content in that brings a sense of oneness. So rethinking patterns need the energy to go forward. So you may find new ideas when you're going within, tapping into that intuition, and then adding that fire element, that happiness, that completion to you. As long as you can see things from a different angle and come out of the dark into the light, and then you'll see that significantly. House 7 is a favourite of a lot of people, the Chariot. So this is all about movement. It can be pulling things in a different direction, but it could be about balance, which is great for Librans. Yay! So the balance of what's right and what's wrong and what's dark and what's light, and the male and the female aspects, it is looking at things from two sides. So if there has been that communication that needs to take place in June and July, then this card here within your relationship house is going to allow you to do that. So because you've got this aura, and a strong one as well, because this aura of contentment and happiness, this is going to spill into your 7th house. So the moving forward is going to happen. So if you do have to move forward from a situation because the commitment from these people isn't as you like it, then this is going to give you the momentum to move forward. So seeing things, if you do have to move away from relationships, anything like that, or move away from an idea, this is going to give you the momentum to do that. It's like being in charge, moving on, putting new ideas to the test kind of thing. So if this person down here is a little bit stubborn, this will give you the momentum to just move forward out of that stalemate kind of aspect. So this is good. So using your intuition here and moving forward will bring this happiness. That's five major Arcana cards so far, so it's quite a relevant, important time coming up for you. And I think also people can move through their stuff quite quickly, so that's good. Right, 8. Yeah, 2 of Swords. So this is in the 8th house, about death, transformation, money, things like that. But the reason I smiled is that's quite applicable for Librans, isn't it? It's the balance of thought. So it's weighing up those kind of things about money aspects. So when you go within, and this is why you've got the intuition, use your intuition when you've got a problem in the next few weeks that you're thinking, especially surrounding relationships. Relationships are going to be a factor in the next few weeks for you. But it's acting quite yang in a way. So we've got the person here in white, which stands for yang. So and because you've got this sun here, which is yang, it means a lot of male energy going forward. So touching into that will allow you, instead of just resting, doing nothing, it'll allow you to go inside, to move forward with new ideas. Because this card is so significant, Librians. This is vitally important for the whole of these cards. This card for you is very important. It's about looking at things, thinking about things in a different light. So what's been in the past for yourselves, it's been applicable, but just rethinking what is right for you, because you've got the High Priestess. So it's getting out of the dark, but one has to go within the dark, inside, not in a negative way, but just silent, to be able to know what you do want. So this is the time to realize what's not illusion and what's really right for you. So that this way of thinking is very, very applicable for Librans. Number 7, 8, 9. Nearly missed 9 out. Right. 9 is the 6 of Swords. That's about travel, really. So traveling within your mind is applicable. Being taken for a ride by someone else is not applicable, is it? So because it's opposite here, it makes a nice triangle, conjunct kind of thing, opposition. So don't be taken for a ride on a negative aspect. But because the 6 of Swords is all about being refreshed and being taken away from pain, it looks like you've succeeded in looking at things at a new direction. So when we travel within our mind, when we travel within our life, you have been very happy, but there is a sense here that there is a partnership, understanding. So there is going to be an understanding about what's been gone on previously. So that's really quite nice. Right, 10, career and how people see yourself. This is the King of Wands. So people see you at the moment as being very creative and very into action. So I think you've done your stuff coming around. So in June, July, it's very much about being in control, which is very here. So putting into action and really enjoying that. It's like sitting down. People will see you as having achieved. And I think it's this attitude here of the daily life and work that you can do this. So this is brilliant. So it's like you've done all your thinking and now you're doing your acting. Action, not acting. You might want to be an actor, I don't know. but for you, it's like the career aspect and the reputation is solid. People are seeing you. It's like a whole new way of respect. So instead of having this coldness and being analytical, it's like you can have more humour. So that's just really, really good. There is more humour in that. So people are going to see you relax. Maybe you've moved so much from this situation down here that you've become lively. Yay! That's really exciting. Right, 11th house, friends. Wow, the Knight of Cups. Ooh. Ooh. So, right, some of you may move away from a relationship because of this and this, and then something nice is coming, with the Knight of Cups. So some Librians, especially in July, are moving away from a certain aspect that no longer serves them. So here there will be new friends to give you a new meaning emotionally in your life. there may already be a person like that who's very much interested in yourself. So maybe it's a friend. So there has been this toss-up, and that's what you've been deciding. Do I leave the person behind or do I go forward? So there is going to be this whole newness of love. Very peaceful love as well. Oh. There's also, I keep going on about this message from the brother aspect, but I think there's one particular friend that may know how you feel in your current situation. So tapping into that is going to be interesting, because they're very intuitive as well. I find that aspect, they're very intuitive. Could be a Pisces in that they're quite like that. Could be a Cancer. Don't think it's a Scorpio, because it's yeah, not from this. Could be, I don't know. But there is actually, it could be an air sign, to be fair. It could very much, this friend that knows how you feel could be an air sign, or in their chart there could be rising air sign, there could be a water sign with an ascending of air, which is a good compliment. So that's very interesting in the friends. I would definitely watch that house quite closely. Normally this card is a new love coming in, but because it's in your friends, it could very well be a new person. Right, let's do the 12th house. You've got the Temperance here in the 12th house. So this is all about what's hidden. Institutions. Maybe you want to do more religion than that. You know, more spiritual, higher spiritual things. So the change that takes place within you, because it's directly opposite here, and also you've looking at things in a different light, that's going to be quite a joyous aspect to your whole being. So now is the time to go inside on an intuitive level. Find that healing aspect, whether you talk to your brothers or your sisters or not, or one particular person. Because sometimes our parents know secrets about each other that they have been reluctant to reveal to their children. So there is a healing aspect of a higher level, I feel. So you'll be able to move away from those constructed ideals from parents and how the root of the matter of where you've belonged. The communication is going to be there, mainly to yourself. So moving forward on this new light, it is going to be good. So those of you who are listening, if you do have to move away from a partner, then the newness, I would definitely speak to your friends, because they'll have an idea of how you are and how you're feeling, and they'll give you some insights as well, I find. So that's a very interesting aspect. Normally, we'll do a few more cards just to see what is going on. I'd like to deal with this 9th house, to be fair. To do with religion, moving forward. But let's have a look. Oh, that went not applicable. It falls on the floor, it's not applicable. Right, that one is then. Right, so this is the 4 of Cups. Kind of. So it's about tuning in. If you can see here, if you don't know this deck, it's about looking at your emotions, but what is your mindset telling you? And also it can be very much about what the past people have been telling you as well. So are you saying to yourself, I'm moving forward, or is somebody holding you back, taking on you on a lying route, a story that's not true to you? So it's very applicable with the root of the matter, and here with the intuition. So this is why this is there, going in. So going in, meditating, and really searching for your own answers is very on the cards, so to speak. Right, let's have a look what else is going on. The dream. So because you've got the dream, it's like emotionally the innocence of finding what you want within relationships, and your own way of belief system. So what you believe in your own realigning with God, with who you are, is going to be quite applicable, because if one doesn't know where they are, they can't sort of have this oneness with themselves, and they can't attract the right partner. So this has probably been an issue within some of your lives. So it's very important that a partner understands who you are. So just finding out what you believe in and who you are, and standing up for yourself, not being taken for a ride along a route that doesn't serve yourself correctly. So I think we only need 2 cards there, really. So Librans, that's a very interesting time in June and July. Just to clarify, it's moving on an intuitive level, finding where you come from with your roots and your religion to find out who you are. You may or you may not find that relationships need to be looked at in a different light. Asking your friends how they see your situation, because they are already seeing you as a strong person and in charge, and being more creative in how your disposition is here. And then the healing on the deeper level will have significance. So that's a very interesting reading in the aspect of just tapping into your intuition and guidance from yourself, really, which is interesting. So I wish you well, Librans, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Thank you.